In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa. Elevate your new week, fuel your success. SSM invites you to kickstart each weekday with our news update Between the Lines, featuring the week's top news and analysis and the most attention-grabbing lines, deciphering world events. Hook up to SSM Monday program Between the Lines.
Yes, Between the Lines, this 9th day of February 2026. I'm here in the Milan studio. My name is Godwin Iweajunwa. Between the Lines, what we do, like we say, is give news update from the African standpoint, the Africans in diaspora standpoint. And joining me Between the Lines today, all the way far away, London, UK, is the doctor. The doctor.
How are you,
Doctor?
How are you, my brother?
Well, who's there? What's his name? Who's there?
I am here. I'm here waiting to talk to the rest of the world through you, and also to put the perspective right, and also to put our voices there, and also in the name of all the patriotic spirit of being a true Nigerian.
Nice. So that's Dr. Lufemi Oba carrying we from London, UK. Dr. Femi, you're welcome. Yes, putting it in perspective. I like that phrase. Dr. Femi, let's go into some major things happening. Our government have been promising to end insurgents. We'll be hearing those promises for some time, Dr. Femi. But some very terrible things are still happening. Let's talk about, first of all, Kwara State. Kwara went through the most horrific moment of their lives I think that was sometime last week. And it's sad. But anyway, Shetima, the vice president, led some federal delegates to that town, Kiama town, and they were able to console and sympathize with the situation. Let's talk about that thing. What was that, Dr. Femi? Is it that the village had a problem with another village or something? How will they come and wipe away its settlement? What was that story?
Thank you very much. Until the investigation is completed, every other thing will just be assumption or hearsay or probability, a case of probability. But it is important for us to mention here that we have people, these terrorists, now targeting soft targets. They are not fighting, that they can't face the Nigerian army anymore. So they are running away, going and targeting, wiping out soft targets. And in situations like this, we will not even know until we get to the bottom of it, who is behind this, who are the people behind this. Recently, there was a plan like this to happen. That was supposed to happen in one of the cities in the Middle Belt, and the military got a wind of it. They blocked them in the front and the back and wiped out about 19 of them and arrested one. So you find a situation like this. When this happened, when the Nigerian army attacks, get wind of it and then nip in the bud, it's no news. But when they really kill Nigerians, it is sad news, and it is something that is appalling. They are now beginning to target soft. They're going to focus on soft targets, which is sad. innocent Nigerians are being killed.
Innocent Nigerians are being killed. Anyway, as at this morning, the vice president led some delegates to that town. We saw saw videos of him with those people, and it's really sad. Then we also heard that the president has also ordered troop deployment for some intervention. Those troop deployment, do you think the Americans are part of it, since they are also in Nigeria on this mission? Do you think the troop deployment will have the Americans, Dr. Femi?
They might be, and they might not be, because it depends on the logistics involved. But they might, I assume they will be, because there'll be further investigation, further forensic investigation being done in order to get to the bottom of this and find out who are the perpetrators, because the presidency said the perpetrators of this will be brought to book. Some of it happened in the past. You see soft targets being innocent villages being wiped out like this. And what happens is that the government, we need to get to the bottom. We realize that people that are involved in are maybe villagers or disgruntled elements or here and there who are using this opportunity of this insurgency, banditry to perpetrate their evil act, all in the name of gaining advantage, land, money, or possession, or getting mineral resources from these localities.
Land, money, you said that's a point. And while we're still talking about this, Dr. Femi, we also had this one that happened yesterday in Benue State. They abducted the Catholic priest and they killed. No, sorry, in Benue, Benue and
Benue State, Benue.
Two states together, and they've left a lot of people dead. Now, what in this aspect, what I want us to look at is the fact that the Americans are with us, and they say they've come to help us fight this insurgency. Can they be part of all of this? Do we leave them out of it if probably also taxpayers' money in the United States has brought them here? Don't you think they should be in the job too, Dr. Femi, in the job of,
I think they are in the job. One of the things, I think we should try and have an understanding, or when we talk about these insurgents and these terrorists and bandits, they are not Agbero on the road, on the street that you see on the street all the time. They are not soldiers in uniform that want to fight another soldier in uniform. They hide with they blend into the
hold your words. Hold the words. Don't let it slip out of you. Let's bring in Big George. Big George is here. Sir George Chukwu from Toronto, Canada. Sir George, we can see you. Hope you can see us and you can hear us.
I can see you and I can hear you. I just want to welcome you guys. Yes, Dr. Femi, how are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you too, sir?
I'm just wonderful. Just great.
Good. But we know, as much as we're all doing great, the cold is still blowing all over Europe.
The cold is blowing here too.
The cold is still blowing, and I know, but Dr. Femi didn't say that part too. The cold is blowing, the snows are falling. In fact, our Alpine is so is snow jammed up that, like you all know, we'll talk about that later. The game have started, the winter game, and it came right on time for the athletes, because the snow, we have lots of it, good one for them. So they'll be running and sleeping and everything. All right, Dr. Femi, yes, George, we're talking about this whole attack. Recently, George, you had a program you're bringing out very soon where you talked about the one that happened that took away almost a town, in Kwara State. And now we're just talking about that. Now we have Benue, and I also had Kaduna happen during the weekend. So Dr. Femi, tell me, what we were saying is, will the Americans help us? We need to get the help. But you're saying something there. Let's hear that.
Yeah, the Americans will help us, but we also have an understanding that intelligence is local. Okay. Intelligence is local. There's nothing that the Americans will want to do or are able to do if the local community do not cooperate with them.
Okay.
So it's taking some time to get this into action. And also, why they're doing this, Nigeria is so vast that when they're doing it in some part of Nigeria, in the northeast, northwest, these people are moving to the middle belt. See, the attack is coming to the middle belt now. We're not having much attack in the northeast, northwest, where they were bombed and where they were wiped away. Now they begin to run into the middle belt. So we need to find pockets of this terrible set of people coming to attacking soft targets within these areas that they are already they were not focused on. So we'll find that in there. The Americans will be there. The Americans are not that, they're not ghosts, they are not God. They will help and do, but they will still need local intelligence and intelligence within the area to work with. But I'm trusting that things will only get better, please, because sincerely speaking, it hurts. The life of a single Nigerian is as important. Sometimes when I say, oh, one person was killed, what comes to my mind is that the person grew up from age 1, 2, 3, gets to an adult age, somebody just killed him just like that.
Can you imagine
just wiped him just like that for no reason?
Can you imagine that?
So it hurts. It hurts.
It hurts. George, one of those abducted in this Benue own is a priest. That's his picture there. A Catholic priest was also among them, and the story coming out is probably some of them have been killed. 13 of them, they've destroyed properties. George, where are we going to? We thought things will lessen with all of these, things will reduce, but it's getting more stronger, more and more and more.
See, the thing about this is we can be politically correct if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
We can speak it in such a way because we are with the government if we want to. But if we want to speak the truth to power, we've been playing games. And the game is understanding the dynamics of the whole entire relationship between the North and the South. The understanding the relationship between their understanding and their mentality and the way they think and the way they reason versus the way we all other Nigerians reason. Now you're looking at this whole situation, and we've been playing games for many, many years. And I keep on saying it. And I know it's going to resonate wrongly with a lot of people, but rightly with some people. The point about it is this. Yeah, Nigeria is a vast place. Nigeria is huge. But let me tell you something. This is a handful of people compared to the population. It's less than 1% or less than 0.5% of the whole entire population of Nigeria. Therefore, if we had been serious about this, we would have destroyed them long time ago. The point that we are making is this. There are so many sympathizers, and these sympathizers know who these people are, know who brought them out, and many of them are affiliated with them either by relationship or by business transaction or whatever the case might be. We've been talking about sovereignty of Nigeria, sovereignty of Nigeria. You've been sovereign for many years, and you are unable to deal with a handful of people, Islamic terrorists that have been destroying lives. Tell me something. During the Russian war with Ukraine, count the number of deaths in that place and count the number that have been killed because of this insurgency. And then you tell me, where else do you have war that have killed more people than our innocent lives lost in Nigeria because of insurgency? We're playing games. Look at us. Look at us. America now received information that Christians are being, massacred and destroyed. Trump comes out and, gives his own 2 cents into the whole entire equation. We are spending $9 million to pay lobbyists go and make it lighter than that. So no. You see, what I'm saying is this. All of us, if you want to tell the truth, we can. Or we can be playing games and keep on moving like we have been. George. Because the bottom line to it is this. When the government gets serious about this, when the government gets serious about this, you will see these people, they will destroy them just like ants. That's it.
Destroy them just like ants.
Yes.
Dr. Femi, George used 2 words I'm taking. Number 1 is sovereignty. the term sovereignty means when a country, a people are identified with a location and they are protected, their lives and their properties and everything is protected in that location. Now, how can we keep using the word sovereignty when lives of the citizens are not protected? And I mean, there's no sovereignty in that sense. It's not a sovereign country if we really look at it with the definition of sovereignty. Dr. Femi, do you understand?
I understand, and I want to align with the passion that Sir George is coming with this. We're making it look as if this insecurity matter and the security matter is something that everybody that is involved is just playing politics with. It is not. What we're doing is we're making it look as if all the lives of Nigerian soldiers that are killed by these insurgents does not make any difference. Yes, we assume we can just wipe them out. It is not as easy as you think, make it look like. We are talking about people who lives in this terrain of horror. They don't care what happens because they don't live amongst people just like the way they don't reason the way you are reasoning. These are people that they are fundamentalists. Look at what happened in Kwara. They said the people that attack and kill those people had a form of Islam that was perverse. That is to say that they have a relationship with those people, with people within the community. And when they realize that it was the kind of religion Islam they are bringing, they attack them. So sometimes these people live amongst them. Immediately they disappear. They go into the bushes. You make a leave. When they go into the bushes, you just go in there and then kill them like rats. It's not as easy as that. Sometimes they go within the community and they just merge into the community. Will you go and kill the host?
Dr. Femi,
listen,
Femi,
it's as
Doctor, I want to ask you a question while you continue with your narratives.
Let me just finish.
Let me put a question so you can answer it all at the same time.
Yeah.
Did you read about this Kwara State, the Kayama situation, the whole detail about when the letter was sent, how the letter was also given to the defense personnel, and how it was leaked back to them, what is going on? Now, I want you to answer this because number one, they knew they were coming. There were people that were sent to this place to protect them prior to their arrival. Where were they? You see, because, sometimes we play games with our, we want to sound politically correct. We want to say, no, please, answer. Did you read every single thing about the whole entire, investigation concerning this situation? Please answer us, because I want to know what is really going on.
I have read it. That information is not correct. That information is not correct. That information, let us be careful, please. The DSS.
We had somebody from that place. Hold on. We had somebody from that place who received that letter, who came to the news and told exactly what happened. And you're telling us it's not correct.
The letter.
Is that what you're saying?
Excuse me, please. Let us be careful with they said and they said. We are authentic form of information. They said is not information.
No, from the mouth of the individual, no, because seriously, listen to me though, please, sir, with all due respect. The person who was narrating this situation was directly involved in the reception of the letter and how it was transmitted and what exactly took place. That's what I'm talking about. Please go ahead, sir.
So Femi, you can see that George actually has his source. He's not just saying them.
What I'm saying,
yes.
What I've said is this. This information that you talked about, information you talked about, the letter you talk about. Sometimes let us be careful. I'm not disputing the fact that they might have had information, they have prior knowledge that they're coming or not. I am not disputing that. It is possible and it's not possible. But I've heard several times this kind of narrative I've always been running on. Whenever there's an attack, the people that were involved, they said somebody said they had a letter. They wrote them a letter and blah, 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 blah. None of the DSS official, and I've never ever confirmed this issue. It is only on social media we've heard that they had a letter. I am not disputing that because it has not been officially confirmed. Now, what I'm saying is this. Let us be careful with this narrative. Oh, they wrote in a letter, and the only one that I heard, which was on a live one, was one of the men said that he had to run for his life because he saw men on bikes who were two on bikes and they had gone. He saw them in uniform. But when he saw one of them with turban, that's why he had to run. And the two people, and they shot them. That was who. But they wrote a letter and they did that. This one, DSS will deal with that. What I'm saying is this. No, let us deviate from what we're talking about because this is still a investigation going on. What I'm saying is this. When we're talking about insurgents and terrorists and all this stuff, it's like you have armed robbers in your city. And you said, oh, we want to wipe out all armed robbers. Some armed robbers will come to church on Sunday and dress and wear suits. You will not know it's an armed robber. Some armed robbers will come to the market and they wear a part. You will not do the armed robbers. It's not that terrorists have right terrorism wrote on their forehead. It is when they start acting, that's when you realize they are terrorists. So let's be careful when we start saying, it's about defending anybody. But the fact that we are dealing with people who don't want to live. These are evil people. These are evil people who are not supposed to live among human beings. So when we are talking about this kind of people, government is doing this, government is doing that. Americans are here now. Americans are seeing what we are talking about. Americans are seeing what we are discussing about.
Absolutely.
Yeah? When they gather together, we bomb them. When we gather together, we bomb them. But when they sneak within the city, what do we do?
What do we do? So let's come to the other issue under this.
The point. The point about it is this: they let you know when they're coming. Most of the time, intelligence will, reveal that these people are coming. But what you see is either by the fear of these people, the defense people, they will disappear. Are you shaking your head like you are not following what's been going on?
What I'm saying is this.
Are you lost in the information that comes through the news?
Listen,
what are you
viewers,
doing? Why are you
viewers, we are talking about
George. Each time the Nigerian army foiled the attack, it is no news.
Dr. Femi, what I think your problem is here is whatever we say here, you're looking at it from the standpoint of making the government look bad.
It is not about government. It's about the military. We're talking about the military now. The military of Nigeria. The military of Nigeria. When the military foiled an attempt, it is no news. In this last week, 19 of them were killed in Sokoto, but nobody is talking about it. 19 insurgents who were planning to attack were killed in Sokoto based on intelligence report. When they are wiped out, when they are neutralized, it is no news. But when they succeed, it becomes a news. They might have nullified or killed these insurgents. Maybe about 4 or 5 attacks were planned. They nullify about 3 or 4 of them. When one of them is successful, we make the army look as if they are not doing anything. That's what I'm saying. It's not about government. It's about the Nigerian army.
The army is doing something, but they're not doing enough.
They're not doing enough.
They are not doing enough. That is it. Simple, straightforward, and I tell you what, they are not doing enough. You are telling me that the army is so weak against this insurgency, against these terrorists, that if we are to face war against another nation, is this where they're going to fight to protect us? Why are they there in the first place? Because they cannot help us. Let's bring outside help to help us because we are
outside help will not help you. Outside help will not help you.
They already help you.
Outside help will not help you the way you are asking.
Gentlemen, let's go further on this security issue. Dr. Femi, I hope this one you agree. The United States lawmakers are saying that they condemn what Nigeria did with the 9 million. George just raised that up. 9 million lobbying, $9 million. Can you imagine $9 million?
That's a personal opinion.
Yeah, no, it's not personal.
That's a personal opinion of the lawmaker.
It's now open. Everybody now knows. So what we're saying now is, upon this 9 million, things are not really looking like it's playing out with the lobbying. We know lobbying in United States lawmaking Congress. We know it's an official thing. It's done. It's normal. It's not like it's a crime. You know, people do pay money to lobby for all kinds of things. So it's part of governance in the United States. But why do we want to lobby and change the storyline, the narrative, instead of using that probably $9 million to buy more arms, do more things to fight the insurgents? Let me start with you, Dr. Femi, before George comes in, because George has a lot on
Can I
that.
say, listen, let's just be careful the way we run, we run government and we run things that when it comes to Nigeria.
Okay.
Lobbying is a legal procedure and process.
I said so.
Yes, I'm going to come in there. Now,
Okay.
the reason why the government of Nigeria said, "Oh, we did see 9 million pounds to go and dollars to go and lobby." Listen, the reason why we went for lobby was because, one, in the past, the American government refused to help Nigerian government. So we have to now put the narrative there. It is not a religious crisis. It is terrorism. Simple. So we have to put our word there for the world to hear what's happening in Nigeria. It is not about killing Christians. The people that were killed in Kama, they were Christians, they were Muslims, they are non-believers, they were killed. They did not say Christians stay on this side, Muslims stay on this side. Nigerians are being killed. That was what this lobby is all about. One. Secondly, the second part of lobbying is that when we are looking at the result of the lobbying is the American soldiers boot on the floor on the grounds of Nigeria. We made them look at what the situation on the ground. It is not about religion. It is about some perverse religion being used as a cannon folder here. Now, this idea of lobbying, the money should have been used for that. Please, I said, oh, the money to use to buy petrol should have been used to buy gas. Please, for goodness sake, what that money was used for is what is the effect of the American soldiers on the grounds in Nigeria today. Also, the fact that some people are beginning to use the insurgency and terrorism crisis in Nigeria as a political tool, platform to attack and to use as a political issue. It is not a political issue. Nigerians are being killed. Some people want to turn into politics, and we are not interested in that. So we have to put that story of the fact, that Nigeria is in problem. Nigeria need help. Nigeria as a nation need help. It is not a political thing. It's not a religious thing. It is an issue of security, not a religious crisis.
You know what? It's so crazy how we can take one thing that is the same, one and the same, and have symbiotic relationship and separate them because of political affiliation or whatever the case might be. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. We fully commend and support the U.S. Congressional Committee for its courageous principled stand. They have rightly exposed a scandal that misplaced priority by the Nigerian government. I am sorry. I'm an APC member. Okay? Complete condemnation of Nigerian government spending is utterly indefensible and a grave betrayal of public trust for the Nigerian government to spend an estimated $9 million on Washington lobbyists while citizens suffer daily and literally insecurity and religious persecution is going place everywhere. What are you talking about? Are we living in a la-la land where we don't even understand what is going on, or because you are shielded in your UK residence and don't understand what is happening in the land of Nigeria?
Here we go.
Validation of citizen frustration. The international condemnation validates what Nigerians have been saying for years. The government is more focused on managing its international image than on the core constitutional duty of protecting life and property at home. Whether we like it or not, this is the real truth. It's a wake-up call for accountability. We hope this serves as a powerful wake-up call. Public funds must be used for public security, on intelligence equipment for security forces, and social programs, not expensive PR firms to downplay the tragedy. Who are we fooling? You're trying to make it as if, what they're saying is not right. You go to the Middle Belt and tell me how many thousands have been displaced from their homes. Hold on a second. And the tactics of, going there and burning houses, making sure they don't come back. When they come back again, somebody else is living in their land. Can you tell me this is not a deliberate, direct act to displace people, most of them that are Christians? Are you going to spend $9 million to go over there and begin to waste our money on
So the $9 million will now make $9 million will make will solve the problem of insecurity in the Middle Belt that's been on for over 40, 50, 60 years. Now listen, let's just be careful with what we're saying here. Middle Belt has always been a hotbed for Nigerian insecurity.
Why is it so? Why is it so? Is it not our land?
So the $9 million, to lobby is the solution.
Let me tell
gentlemen, let me bring our viewers to what we're saying. Let me bring our viewers to what we're saying. Viewers, it's tough out here. George is blowing out very hot. And the issue here now is that the United States lawmakers, a group of lawmakers, not just one, like the picture you're seeing there, condemns Nigeria over the 9 million lobbying spent in the midst of this religious persecution. These lawmakers are concerned. They said instead of protecting the citizens from the persecution, they are using this money. Let's narrate.
No, hold on. Let's narrate the reasons why they downplay this. Okay. Number one, they slammed the government for prioritizing image management over the protection of its citizens.
That is their opinion.
Okay, hold on.
That's their opinion.
Hold on. They allegedly downplay the severity of insecurity and religious persecution.
That's their opinion.
Also, lawmakers compare this to tactics used
There are few lawmakers. That's their opinion.
Allow me to finish.
Okay, yes.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Historical parallel. Lawmakers compare this to tactics used by other regimes with poor human rights records to sanitize their image.
Goodness.
Hold on. Okay. Contracts cited including $750,000 a month to a firm DCI group and separate $120,000 a month contracted by Nigerian billionaires with Bell Corp. Okay. Listen to this now. Overall implication, the hearing highlights growing international frustration and questions the Nigerian government commitment to solving its internal crisis versus explaining them away abroad. This is exactly what is going on. This is exactly the reason why they're condemning it. Why would you go over there and downplay what is being said when you still having killings taking place every single day in your country and you just want to go and pay lobbyists to come and do Indian shine face?
Okay.
That is their opinion. Can I say that is their opinion? Sorry, that is the handful of the same handful of legislators that were calling that Nigeria should be bombed. Some leaders should be taken out. So that's why the same group of lobbyists, the same group of lawmakers who in a few months ago were calling that Nigeria is in crisis, or it's a war against Christians. They were the ones singing that. Hold on, can I finish speaking? They are the same lawmakers that came up the way and they were jumping up and down, and some people joined them in the chorus in Nigeria. Oh, Tinubu should be taken out. Abuja should be bombed because they are killing Christians, or some bishops joined them in it. All those lobbyists in the Congress in America, you think they were doing it for free? They weren't doing it for free. It is a part of their system. These are the same group of handful of lawmakers who, because now the correct rhetoric is out there in Nigeria, in the world, that it is a crisis. We are not saying that we don't have a problem of Nigerian government has never denied that we have a problem of insecurity. But the fact that Christians are being killed in Nigeria, all over Nigeria, to the extent that some people in the Southeast are saying that they are Jews. They are being targeted because they are Jews. They are being killed in the Southeast because they are Jews. It was part of, go and read that report. The so-called report that was brought to this same Congress that did not see anything wrong in it, said that these people in the South that are being killed because they are Jews. These are the kind of rhetoric they were putting out there. But the Nigerian government had to get into the mix of things, let the real world know the real problem of Nigeria. The real problem of Nigeria has been put to Donald Trump. And Donald Trump have sent soldiers to help Nigeria. And we will get there. But for those who are saying that Nigeria has done wrong, that is their personal opinion.
George, let me do small. It's good to be balanced, like you always say. Also, to the fact here too is that APC Tinubu's government, the president is trying. George, it was worse off in all the past government. Remember, nobody. In fact, did you know, George, your boss, Jonathan, during his tenure, the short time he was there. At the point he was using the word like he didn't even care. I mean, as if it doesn't concern him what happens with those people. Really, yeah. It was like I'm not the one that started it, so why do I? So Tinubu is trying. Tinubu is doing. Tinubu's government is doing.
I've never condemned the president. The president, I told you people here, the president's hands are tied. When you understand the dynamics of our relationship within the North, then you will understand. I've said it before. He inherited an incredible amount of difficulties that is not going to take a child's play to solve. I've said it so many times, but it would take a decisive, what I said in that thing that you have that, that you're going to help me to put together. We understand the difficulties, but in a situation like this, what is needed is a serious, decisive military action. It's no longer child's play.
The discussion is really
they are doing the best they can. But let me tell you the reason. You have to bring out to the open the intricacies of this whole entire thing. Because, like I said before,
security is not like that.
All right, gentlemen, let's move forward on this
of security.
Let's move forward on this same topic.
Sorry, let me just drop a point. Issue of security is not dealt with the way you're talking. Let me give you something. In 2014-15, when under Jonathan, the government of Nigeria actually went all out. Nigerian army went all out to wipe out this kind of people. They were killing civilians and killing this insurgent with them. Amnesty International put Nigerian soldiers naming Nigerian soldiers to put on trial for human rights violation, all because they want to wipe out. You will kill civilians with it. You cannot be killing civilians who want to kill insurgents. You don't do all out. These countries doesn't like that.
Yes, I remember that time. I remember that situation, Femi. But gentlemen, let's go further on this talk. Let's talk about Tinubu meeting with the AFRICOM commanders and U.S. charge of affairs. We all know about the AFRICOM. It's an organization that was formed in 2007 to help Africa as a continent in issues like this, the insurgency and all of that. So during the weekend, I think it was on Saturday night, our president met with United States African Command, and they were saying a lot of things. A lot of discussions were actually were not opened up, were not disclosed. But the meeting promised to strengthen cooperation between Nigeria and the United States. The question here is, all of this thing now, we've been seeing so much of these engagements, Femi. We don't want too much talk. We want also action, lobbying, 9 million, so many things on this whole security issue. What could America bring that could be different? With this morning, we had that the wife of the president that was in the United States, she's saying that there will be one strike. Femi, did you hear that? Remi Tinubu, confirmed that there will be more strike. And so that means it means also that the lobbying is not really working too.
It's working.
Okay. So
working.
Yes, AFRICOM. Tell us, AFRICOM with the United States. What do you think would come out of this?
These are the result of the AFRICOM you are talking about. The lobbying are the result of the AFRICOM, because then the real situation on the ground, we have lobbyists who will sit down with government and say, these are the real result. Let Nigeria come to the table. These are the results. AFRICOM is a result as a result of a lobby. So these are the people. So they could bring intelligence here. They will bring military intelligence. They will bring sophisticated weapons to be able to help Nigeria in this. Well, I've said it in there. We are trivializing this issue of terrorism. These bandits and terrorists are not. They are not like soldiers who will stay on one side. We want to fight them facing each other. They will come. So we need local intelligence. These guys will bring technology that will help us to sort out local intelligence, because it is not as easy as that. For example, if there's a terrorist or a terrorist camp, they want to go and do it in a marketplace. American soldiers will not go and drop bomb in it and kill everybody in the market. They have to sort out those who are terrorists and that. And these are intelligence that should be done. And also the fact that some people within those communities are afraid of these terrorists. So it's very difficult for them to even give information out, to give vital information out. So when we have boots on the ground and intelligence within the community, we have to help to do that. To just say that, they need to just wipe them out. You don't wipe a whole village out because some insurgents are in that village. Go and kill 300 people because you have 30 people who are terrorists in that place. You don't do that, or else you incur international wrath. You get into trouble with Amnesty International that happened in the past. I remember that there was a truck of dead bodies that in one of, maybe in Borno State or Kano State, dead bodies. Amnesty International published that, and they listed some Nigerian soldiers, Nigerian military officers who are complicit in this. Because what happened is that they go into the community and say, "Oh, there are terrorists in there, you are supporting them," they kill everybody off. And that will become human rights abuse. So we have to be careful between human rights abuse and security.
Dr. Femi, you have another PhD in excuses. Unfortunately, with all due respect, sir. You know I love you. But the point is this: you have mastered in just making sure that you find excuses to excuse the unexcusable. We're not talking about going to villages. We're talking about where they're camping in the forests. You can find it out and wipe them out. It's easy. Look at it. Let me tell you something. For a Nigerian government, let me tell you the reason why you don't even know they're playing games, because let me find out right now when somebody who they think is against the government will say something against the government and go hide.
That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
Why is it so irrelevant? We're talking about the enemies of the state.
Those people don't live in the bushes. They don't live in the bushes.
Most of them do. Most of them do. Most of them do. That's where they camp. You can.
That's where they camp. All right, gentlemen. Beautiful.
This is their home.
Beautiful engagement going on. Let's move out from security to politics. This morning, we all saw what's happening now at National Assembly. The Occupy National Assembly protest has begun in Abuja over the e-transmission of election results. And we know that this is coming at the backdrop of the Senate position on electronic transmission of results. The protest has vowed to continue until a change is made. Now, guys, let's talk about this. Femi, I want us to be like you. George said, you're a professor.
That's my boy. He's my brother. So
but before we talk about it, let's see. I don't know if the studio still has the video, but let's talk about this. The protest. Who wants to talk about this? E-results and real time. George,
I can start. I mean, the protest.
I know you're loaded. I know you're loaded too.
It will be, and the civil society are demanding explicit legal backing for real-time electronic transmission of election results to ensure transparency. You see, I have heard so many of these senators, including Aberibe from Abia State, who came out and wanted to just deceive the public over the situation. They're talking about transfer versus transmission and all those type of things. That is not the key issue there. The key issue that people are demanding is compulsory, that real-time transmission of results will take place compulsorily from every single place. And they're talking about, they come out, the public outrage highlights deep distrust in the political class, viewing the Senate, Senate's wordplay or deliberate attempt to weaken electoral integrity. The point is, we know the reason why they're doing what they're doing. We know the reason, because they did not understand how to be able to do whatever happened in 2023, and therefore they had to shut down the portals. But right now, no, listen to this. This is very, very real. Because what is happening is what they are trying to let the public know. Oh, we're still maintaining what happened in 2022. We are still making sure that there's going to be transmission. That is not the bone of contention. The bone of contention is it going to remain the way it was in 2022 so that if you go to court, the court will not admit it? Or is it going to be made compulsorily that every transmission must take place live? And they're giving excuses. Oh, there might not be lights, or there might not be internet in certain areas. But the elections that has taken place, 95% of those things was recorded successful from rural areas. So the bone of contention is it going to be as they want, transmit as they want, or is it going to be compulsory that they must transmit immediately? And I think the equipment that we have and we spend billions on is good and is ready to be used. But the Senate is playing games.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Come on, bring it on, brother.
Because it seems a lot of Nigerians are being deceived with a lot of storylines in order to make it look as if everything the Senate is doing is about rigging election. What is the difference between the e-transmission of results and the live transmission of results? Explain it to Nigerians. You explain to Nigerians.
Say that again.
Explain the difference in what the government, the National Assembly has passed now, and what those advocating in that gathering of time wasters in front of the National Assembly, what are they advocating? Tell us the difference between the two.
They are advocating the ambiguity that is written.
Don't use big English. Please don't use big English.
No.
Explain to Nigerians in common English.
I will. The common English is this.
Yes.
Make it compulsory that every single place, every single portal must transmit their result immediately after it's counted, rather than waiting for days and using manipulation to change the result before. Listen to me. What the Senate passed right now is the same thing that happened before. You cannot contest this in the court of law. There is compulsory, or you can allow it to be transmitted whenever you want, or however you want, whenever you want. This is exactly the difference. What they're saying is this must be made a must, a compulsory, that every single election point must count and transmit immediately. And the people who are voting ought to be there to make sure that these things are being happening. Now, if they don't change it, tomorrow you go to court. The court will now just dismiss the case like it was before. That is the language. Listen, my brother, listen, we have lawyers. We have lawyers who have looked into the case and are telling you this is the difference between this and this. Make it compulsory. Let every poll, transmit their results immediately. That way we can receive the result live. Not wanting to shut down the portals again and then do whatever you want at the back of the house.
Yes, it is still long story and big English. I'm going to just explain something that a lot of these people that are gathered here, they're just opposition who are just being given placard. Can I ask you a question? The election will still be manually counted, yes or no? It will be counted manually. The result will be signed. Hold on. The result will be signed, manually and signed by all the electoral officers at the polling booths, uploaded into the RF and sent. The difference is this, and what they're saying is this, because we don't want to. Abaribe came out and say and clarify it. We don't want to be.
He did not.
Hold on. I allowed you to speak because
you were speaking big English like what you're doing.
I'm not speaking English. I've just explained. I said.
I was listening to him. He did not.
Can I finish speaking? Can I finish speaking?
Don't use him. He's my brother.
No. I allowed you to speak. I asked you a question. You did not answer the question.
Don't make wrong assertions.
You did not answer the question I asked you. The question I asked you was this.
The point of contention, is it going to be compulsory or not? Simple.
Compulsory. I'm getting there. I am getting there. Compulsory you are talking about. Therefore, that is to say, if you finish election, when you get to election booth and you finish at 5 o'clock, if it's compulsory at a particular time, time. So election that are counted at 7 o'clock and posted and is hanging, that election is void. That is what you guys want to do. Election that if you put a particular time to it, when you vote, that means if there is a vote mishap in between Kayama and Port Harcourt, if they start voting at 2 o'clock, they finish election at 7 o'clock, they count the vote, everybody stayed there, they count the vote, they take the picture, they sign, they put everything, and they post. Because we have said 6 o'clock, that election will void. That is what you guys are pushing to. And you are now doing it because some people are just gathering together to make noise. They are coming there. We don't want to put time to it. So far it is signed. Let me finish. So far it is signed by all the polling agents. It is loaded onto RF and sent through. It should be counted. That is, every vote of Nigerians should be counted. Those are gathered in that place are people that have been brainwashed to come and gather in front of National Assembly because it is National Assembly is a place you want to blow. You go there and go and do there. Ask them one by one what this means. They don't understand. What they are asking is that if you put to RF at a particular time, look at the countries that have done this. Brazil and Venezuela did what we are asking us to do. Their election was disputed. The election has been disputed.
Kenya did it and it worked. India did it and it worked.
Kenya, before it worked.
Kenya.
Look at the crisis that happened in Kenya.
Kenya did it and it worked. Indian did it.
Look at the crisis that happened in Kenya.
And Brazil also did it successfully. So don't tell me
when
Brazil did it successfully. Let me tell you something. You see what you are doing. You should. I think you should have been a lawyer, Dr. Femi. I think you're in the wrong pro. You are a solidly powerful lawyer. I don't know why you went and studied what else you studied. Because a lawyer is always in the middle. If it fits right, they go right. If
it is not middle. You are playing to the gallery. Look at them. No. Jobless Nigerians playing to the gallery.
It's not jobless, Dr. Femi. Listen to me. The truth of the matter is this. Okay.
Who is leading them?
No, there are
Syria contestants.
No, it doesn't. You see, that's exactly right. No, you see, it doesn't matter what we are saying. The people are fighting for their constitutional rights, and
they don't know what they are fighting about.
They are constitution. They are right to do so. They have the right to do so. They
have the right to do so,
even with misinformation.
It's not misinformation. Let me tell you something. The Senate know what they are doing.
Yes,
exactly what they did. Yes. When you listen to the Senate president, you will hear him, trying to go left and right, and couldn't land.
Now, gentlemen, the excuse they're even bringing now is Nigeria is not well connected with the internet and with electricity. This is the excuse this morning that the Senate and some of the senators are saying. Now, what we did was we went with. We have Dr. Femi. Don't call those people, they are jobless. Amongst those guys, there are tech gurus, lawyers, everybody that they look into those
opposition guru, and those who own ShopRite, and the one that owns ShopRite too is there. The one that owns ShopRite, they have political prostitutes among them too.
So now. What they did was when the Senate said we don't have enough, that was what Apabio said this morning. We're not well connected with the internet. They found out that Nigeria internet connection is 92% coverage, 92. So that you're just talking of 8% of location, and these are the interiors. The interiors of places.
So those are not Nigerians. Those are not Nigerians.
92% coverage is enough for electoral activities to flow.
Okay. I mean, can I ask a question? Can I ask? No. Did you hear also, Massive Mark? Did you hear also that aside from the presidential election, aside from that, every other election they had 95% successful transmission? Did you hear that?
Because it goes to the local. Because it goes to the short point.
All over Nigeria. So these people, let me tell you something. These people specialize in how to, fatten their pockets. These are political fat cats. That's all.
No,
they
it's not even
They're not
about
even on the-
flushing their pockets this time, George. It is that this will give room for manipulation. This will give
That's
room
what
for
it is.
electoral rigging
That's what it
and
is.
all of those malpractices that happens. So, and this is
Can I,
what
can I respond to what you just said now? The election within a local government, the result will stay within the local government, the locality. So the election in the Senate will go within the senatorial district. So it is very manageable there. The election that goes within the state will go through all the local government in the state and stay with the state. When it comes to federal election, the presidential election, it goes through the either to every nook and corner of the state. We have to come to one spot. That is where the crisis is. One spot. And you are asking that we should put a time limit to when they get to that spot. You want to do that, you are the ones that are creating problem in Nigeria. You want Nigeria over 250 million to now go and put the result into one spot. This is, if you like,
that real time. Dr. Femi, that real time. It does. Every region has its own timing. It's not a fixed timing for everybody. No. You're getting mixed up. The real time they are talking. That real time issue there. You can't say the election have been done in Katangura, for example, and the result was coming the same time with Ajegule. No, it's not. That's not what that real time
they
is.
have a time limit for it. And that is where they want to put into. They want to.
No. The real time now is not that time limit. It's not that time.
What is the real time? Explain the real time.
The real time is everything must be sent as is being processed, as is being done after that counting.
It is not possible. It is not possible.
The center at that time.
It is not possible.
No,
it is not possible.
So I see now that you got it all.
It is not. No, you just explain it now. You just explain it now. It is not possible. You just what you just explained now is not possible.
Okay, can I say something? Can I say something?
Go ahead,
okay,
George.
one of the major problems. I was one of the election observers in Nigeria in 2015 election. During that day, I was in Abuja. Okay. After the election, they announced all the elections. As a matter of fact, let me tell you what happened. By 6-something p.m., close to 7, Kaduna announced 1.3, Katsina 1.6, Kano 1.9. Okay, and they started announcing. So no, hold on. Yes, go and check the result. I was there. Because I'm thinking from my North American influenced mindset. So when the results came out, and I went to my colleagues and I'm like, wow, this is incredible. I know the reason why it happened, but I was asking my colleagues, I said, wow, who counted this so quick that Kano will announce 1.3, Katsina 1.6, Kano 1.9. Who counted this? How did they count it so quick that they're going to be able to? These are places with large populations. So they're bringing it out immediately. And the people started laughing. He said, oh, it's Nigeria now. Maybe the number is helping them to count it also. Let me tell you something you guys don't understand.
That is before the IREV. That was before IREV.
Yeah.
That was before BVN.
Yes,
that was before BVN. That was before IREV. Elections are written then. Elections are written then.
Listen to this. Okay? Before IREV, before BVM, before all those things, listen to this. What we are saying is this.
Yeah.
I have on this platform commended Tinubu as the best politician I've ever met in my entire life. I've learned so much from this man in this little time that he's been there because he is Jagaban for real. The man is my Jagaban for real. He is a strong man. You can, if anybody, all this noise we're making is noise. Or we're just trying to make sure that we are politically correct and we do the right things. But at the end of the day, if nobody could take this presidency from Tinubu in 2023, nobody will take it in 2027.
Okay, sir. That's your own opinion, George. That's your opinion. That's my opinion. All right,
that's my opinion.
Viewers, it's been interesting here. We've done more than the timing, but let's just do one last one. Gentlemen, the Winter Olympics is going on here close to me, and a lot of games are going, even though Nigeria doesn't participate. We have one participant anyway, one participant for the game, a young man that is half bred. I think he's partly white and Nigerian. So the Olympics is going on, and Milan is hosting this Winter Olympics. They call it Milan Cortina. Milan Cortina. It will run from this last week 6 till 22 February, and a lot of events are going on. So it's just to update our viewers on that event. The Winter Olympics going on at the Alpines. They will be jamming through the snow, the mountains, and everything, running and jumping, and they have fun with that game. They love it. The white people love it. So that's it, George and Femo.
Let me make a comment.
All right, make a comment.
Okay, let me tell you something. You see, the likes of Dr. Olufemi is so refreshing. The reason is, let me tell you something. The reason is, when we are pontificating over this man comes out precise and very, he is good. I love it. I love it simply because he stands his ground, number one. He got reasons to support his ground, number two. That's why I say he is supposed to. I wish he could go and get a lot.
The other thing is this: when your party is in governance,
I am not doing party alone.
No. Yeah,
can I just clarify this?
I know you're not doing party, but when your party is in anybody, whoever it may be, when your party is in governance, you have more strength and more to say.
Mark, can I just stop you on your track?
Whatever.
Can I just stop you on your track? I am more of a Nigerian than a politician or a party man. Let me explain something to you. In 1983, I was involved in Nigerian politics. In 1999, I was involved in Nigerian politics. Then people write results, and we are getting better and better. Last election, presidential election, I think about 29 million or thereabout voted for the presidential election in all together, because we are beginning to wind out. Even Rivers State alone, Rivers State will have 3 million vote in those days because they just write the result. In Kano, they just write anything. Now, because BVN and RF are beginning to win out all this graduate begin to get
there's a consciousness among people.
Yeah, there's a consciousness in it, and also because people are beginning to be aware, and then we can put records to it. Gradually, we are getting there. The fact still remains this: we are not there yet, but like I used to say, we are not where we used to be.
Powerful.
Well, that's correct, and that's good. I like that. The point about it is this: recognition on what's on ground is number one. Number two, even with all the weaknesses and all the weak points that are in the system itself, being taken advantage of by whoever is still there. We recognize it of that, all that. But if we allow this system that we spend billions to bring to Nigeria to work, we will see a more transparent, more fair election that will take place. We are getting there. We are getting there. So the point is this: the people are crying out simply because they feel like the Senate is doing what they're doing simply because that will help them, because they know how things used to be. Now, if I was hold tight. Can I finish? Number two is, I said in this place, knowing what Tinubu knew in 2023, the likelihood that anybody would have done what he did with, knowing what he knew, okay, and how things used to operate in Nigeria prior to, most politicians would have done what he did. And I never one day say, all I said is Tinubu is a sharp politician, a strong, intelligent man, and I call him my Jagaban. That's all I'm gonna say with this. But I pray for the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that the heart of the people, the heart desires of the people will continue to be unfolded. That God will grant our president and his beautiful wife Remi Tinubu, Senator Remi Tinubu, and his entire family safety, wisdom, and the endurance to go through this time to take us to that place we want to do. And I also want to pray for the Senate President, for the House of Representatives, and every other leader in Nigeria. Lord, if they're doing anything wrong, if they refuse to abide by your righteous stand, maybe they need to be removed and put the righteous people in there. I'm praying, oh Lord, help us, because Nigeria is a great nation that you have blessed tremendously. And all we need to know and all we need to see is the paradise that you have already created and given to us. This is my
Amen.
prayer for Nigeria.
Amen. And I say amen to that.
And we say amen to that.
Amen to that.
All right,
yes.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. It's been wonderful. Today has been the bass goes, like they say again, and it's fun. We're learning. You both give us insights to issues that helps us.
I was having some technical issues, but when I saw Dr. Olufemi, I say I must get it. I don't care. With this man, man.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much, viewers.
Thank you very much.
We've done our thing again. Dr. Femi from London, UK, Sir George from Toronto, Canada. Till we come again on Wednesday. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
God bless Nigeria.
Yeah.
God bless Nigeria.